Hey guys, this is Nick Bratton with Bratton Sports Performance. Today I'm going to take you guys through a dumbbell RDL. RDL stands for Romanian Deadlift. This is an exercise that really emphasizes the use of our hamstrings, our glutes, our low back, really just works on that posterior chain. The muscles that are involved with acceleration, which are obviously very important, even just posture. And so this is one exercise that is a staple within all programs that I create. Typically when we go through an RDL, we're going to use a barbell. Today I'm going to take you guys through a dumbbell RDL. The only reason that I like to use this is, one, just because the dumbbells are a little less daunting. We typically tend to start our younger athletes with them, and they're much easier to manipulate. And so I really don't have a preference one to the other. Obviously a barbell is a little bit easier to load, and so we'll start here, and typically after we accomplish the dumbbell RDL, we'll begin to move into more of a barbell RDL. So, the setup for the dumbbell RDL. I'm going to start out with a light pair of dumbbells. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up with those dumbbells right in front of my thighs. My feet are going to set right about shoulder width apart. I'm going to have a slight bend in my knees. I'm going to give you a side view just because it's a little bit easier to understand from there. So I'll set up here, slight bend in my knees. From here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to push my hips straight back as if I'm reaching for something behind me. As I go through that bend, I'm just going to drop the dumbbells down in front of my thighs. As I go through this, it's really important that I maintain a neutral spine, that I try and stay as tall as I can, as long as I can in that position, and keeping the shoulders pulled back. So I'm going to give you a couple more side views, a view from the front. So like I said, this movement is a staple within our program. We're going to use it quite often. Now when we do program it, we're going to start with sets of 6 or 8, something that's a little bit lower, something that's manageable. This is something that typically my athletes aren't going to feel right away during that first session, but when they wake up the next morning, it's something that tends to creep up on them. So I like to stay a little more conservative until they get used to that feeling, they get used to the movement. It's also a movement that tends to flare up those erector spinae and the muscles within the lower and mid back, and so it's something that I want them to become comfortable with before we really start to load it or go really heavy from a volume standpoint. So begin to throw these in your program. Set it up for 3 or 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Try it out a couple times. Let me know how it goes. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thanks.